What is up, guys? The E.L.T. Nation here. And today's story is a pretty good one, a pretty inspirational one. I hope you guys will enjoy this. If you do, make sure to like, and let's just start this. So, today's story takes place back in the beginning of college. So, this was on a Wednesday before all my classes started, because all my classes started on a Thursday. That's when I first attended college. So, basically, on Wednesday, we were called in to the school to have a meeting, basically discussing my accommodation, my class schedule, and possible transfer options to another school once college is over. So I went to this meeting with my AT specialist and the assistant director. My grandmother was involved in this, and of course me. So they started off by requesting accommodations. So they were talking about my accommodations, and they said that they will provide printed materials in PDF format. And my grandmother chimes in and tells them that we have access to a braille embosser at home, and she requested that they provide the documents and PowerPoints in braille for me. And they said we don't have access to braille. And once the meeting was over, we left, and they reassured us that they will provide accessible printed materials. So later on in the year, my AT instructor and the other people involved in disability services at Wake Tech Community College, they started giving me materials in PDF format. However, they were not totally accessible. And what I mean by this is when I would read the textbook, sometimes there were images involved, and I cannot easily manipulate it because I couldn't see it. And plus, my screen reader would constantly freeze when I accessed the textbook, which was an issue. So I could still read it, but problem was I couldn't easily maneuver the text. And plus, there was another class that I took, which was Introduction to Computers. I took this class in the beginning of the year. However, a lot of the assignments were online through an online platform that is also not accessible, and I cannot independently complete my assignments. So therefore, I had to drop the computer class. And once the computer class was dropped, I went to the Disability Services office again and asked if my materials can be printed in a braille format for me, because that will be easier for me to navigate, because it doesn't involve me going on the internet, and I can basically just use those materials to study wherever I am. And I asked them if they could do this, but unfortunately, they ignored my request, stating that it takes too much time, which really frustrated me. So pretty much, I had to pretty much go home, and whatever PowerPoints that I did receive in class, I had to print them out manually using my braille embosser that we have here. And I never even spoke to Disability Services about my braille accommodation again because I was just too scared to speak up. So I ended up sending them an email at the beginning of the first semester of the first year, specifically, voicing my concerns, and I got a response back, And they told me that I should have brought that up earlier. But like I said, I tried that and that did not work at all. And that was mainly about word of mouth. So I guess if I would have emailed them before about my accommodations, would they have done anything? Maybe. I'm not sure. But 2 years later, I actually was doing some work for my business class. It was Introduction to Business or something like that. So basically, I had a bunch of PowerPoints and a bunch of reading I had to do. And so I sent DSS an email requesting that my PowerPoints be printed in braille, and something amazing happens. They contacted me back saying that they were willing to provide the materials and asked me what time and day would be best for me to come pick them up. So I gave them the needed information, and once that was done, it was confirmed. I went to the school, got the materials that I needed, and since then, I was satisfied, and that is pretty much where this experience ended. And it was mostly the speaking up that changed everything. And I don't even know what mindset they were in at the time. They were basically saying that just because I was blind, they weren't going to give me the materials. That's the kind of mindset they were in. And if they don't provide anyone with a disability with the accommodations that they requested or needed, and it pretty much broke the school's policy and the law, and it was just terrible. But I'm glad that I got that situated, and that's all that matters. But anyways, that is the end of the story. I hope you guys would enjoy this. If you did, leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel, and I am out of here. Peace out.